Hey guys, Ballatw here, back with another VOD review. It's replay review again. This time we're going to be going into the week 2 qualifying games, the finals, and go through a bunch of people. So it could be, I'm going to start with Mongraal and Mitr0. We're going to move into Stompy and Shinken, and then we're going to maybe go into some NA, maybe go into some Brazil, depending on how much time we have, or how quickly we get through these. I'm going to try to break them up into 1-hour videos. So if you like them, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and use my creator code Ballatw. Chat, use my freaking creator code, please. And if you do want to catch these live, I do them every week. Usually, recently I've been kind of haphazard about my schedule because I've been casting a lot, and so I've been traveling, blah, 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 blah. So my schedule's really up in the air right now, but I'm trying to get Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Also, these replays didn't get released until Wednesday, so that was unfortunate. But let's get into it. How about we? Oh, so let's clear my screen of that beautiful drawing and let's go. How do I go? Boom. So we all know Mongraal and Mitr0 dropped Loot Lake. I do want to see their path through new Loot Lake. Let me turn down the volume a little bit because it's kind of loud to me. I do want to see their path through new Loot Lake and how they deal with being contested. So we will watch that if they do get contested or whatever. Mitr0 usually likes facts, so I assume they have a facts orientated drop. Okay, so they get contested by one team. Gonna quickly drone real quick. God, I hate this sound bug, man. Let's also make sure the nameplates and stuff are on, and then the damage effects. That guy drops there. Where'd the other guy drop? I don't know. I don't know. Also check Mitr0. Okay, they don't get any kills until endgame, so they're not gonna fight these guys at all, but still important to see how they really kind of deal with it. That little something right there as Mongraal went up on top of the roof. There's no actually anything up the roof, but they do go up there just to spot exactly what's going on. Undervalued technique in early game. Not technique, but just thing in early game is to make sure that you are constantly looking. And then you check the vending there. This path is efficient, right? He only stays on the lower level. He does everything he needs to do on the lower level, and then he goes up. Very nice. Dude, anybody know how to fix this freaking gliding bug? Does anybody? Because this is awful. I'm about to turn off my sound because of it. Like, it's so bad. Okay, notice how Mongraal landed. Oh, geez, that is really big. Mongraal landed on the... Please? On these buildings over here, if you look in the bottom right now, he landed in these buildings and then moved up to, sorry, Mitr0 landed there and moved up to Mongraal because he knows there's people over here. So he's just backing away from him. He could have tried to cheat a little bit more maybe, but this guy landed in the center. So there's really nothing to cheat. He could maybe cheat this and then come over here. But from here, this guy's controlling a lot already. Just because he landed in the center, sure, they could push him because he's by himself right now. But again, is that really worth? Let's see what the loadout on Mongraal is. They both have a pump. They both have an AR. They have mini. They both have minis. They have a loadout to fight, but they also have a loadout that maybe it's not worth fighting. Maybe it's not worth fighting. Restart the replay and skip past them landing, but next time they jump pad, same thing happens. Okay. Well, I'm not going to restart the replay. So I'm going to turn down the volume hella hard. There's no comms, so it's not that big of a deal. All right. Not that big of a deal. Oh, that shit was annoying, dude. Okay, so not even fighting Loot Lake, right? This is... these spots are good enough for them, they say, right? Theirs is done. If we can get that, we're good. They're just going to back out to RV and then go through on another path. Let's speed this up a little bit. Oh, big brains, big brains, big brains. I want to go back here really quickly to when they were gliding in. Where is it? Go back here real quick. This was all Mongraal. I saw him looking at tilted hard body. He noticed that was uncontested, so he actually came all the way back. Come on, man. He looked hard body at tilted. Watch him. Watch him, watch him, watch him, watch him. See? You see this? You see this? Yeah, so that's what makes them be able to take this decision. Mitr0 backing out over here where they're confident, and then just go for RV and then into tilted. So this is very freaking important. We talked about it before. I'm gonna speed back up a little bit, but this gives them obviously better loot than Loot Lake if they continue to get tilted like this. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Great mats too, better mats than Loot Lake. Well, actually not. With the change, probably not, but regardless. And they don't have to fight anybody because they know tilted is uncontested. People don't like rotating through tilted. This is a solid play. And one thing I want to touch on is how you saw Mitr0 was ahead. He was a little bit higher and ahead, and Mongraal was back behind, and he was looking at tilted. And Mitr0's job was probably to make sure that they're not dropping, or that they're not contested Loot Lake, they're not getting 50-50, all that sort of stuff. It's very important actually when you're thinking about your early game drop to actually talk about that with your duo. Who does what, right? Like even when you're jumping off the bus, you can make an audible call. Hey, Mongraal, make sure you're focusing on tilted, or focus on, you know, check if there's rifts, check if there's this, check if there's a baller there, check if blah, blah, blah. That's something that's way underrated. Just put yourself into little roles and say, okay, you check, make sure we're not getting contested. You do these things. You make sure you check rifts, you check this, you check that, blah, blah, blah. Right? In this case, when they come on this bus path, right? If they come on a bus path that goes kind of like that over tilted, this is a little small. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Like this over tilted, then they should always be like, okay, yeah, we're going to check tilted, right? If the bus path is a little bit less like this, then it's a little harder to actually tell whether anybody drops tilted, right? But still, very, very important, very crucial. Let's speed up. Why didn't they land tilted right away if they didn't spot anyone? Good question. Their drop isn't optimized for tilted. They could miss the fact that somebody dropped there. Somebody might drop late. Somebody might do some weird drop that you wouldn't actually be able to see. If you aren't comfortable dropping a certain spot, you're not going to want to drop a certain spot. Just stick with what you know. Make sure you do what you know, especially if it's uncontested. Loot Lake was relatively uncontested, right? And then use it as an option, right? Use it as a rotation path, use it as a secondary, right? And then you have the gear to actually look and spend time saying, okay, is this worth me going in? Is there anybody there? Are there builds there? Was this looted already, right? Then you can be comfortable, especially because you have the ability to actually fight, right? Okay. I do want to see how they rotate. Well, let's see. What's zone? Let's see what Mitr0's doing right now. Okay, he's looting Trump. So they actually split Umbrella and Trump because this is the most loot possible. That's nice. Nice, nice. Wow, man. They legit just got all of tilted for free. Look at this, right? They had Umbrella. They didn't get basketball, but Mongraal's still making his way over here, and Mitr0 just made his way like through here. Like, they just blitzed through tilted. Not rewarded with any mobility on Mitr0 yet. I just want to see like what they come out with. They should come out with good mobility, good heals, everything that they need, to be honest. Heavy snipe. By the way, 2 vendings here as well. Like, solid. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Two teams just came through. Campfire, 2 traps. Just had a lot of opportunity to get a launch pad or something. Nice. Neither of these teams want to fight right now. In Tilted, if you fight, like, almost certainly people are rotating through Tilted. I know I just said that people don't like rotating through Tilted, but almost certainly people are going to rotate through Tilted. Because there's just so much mats that you can get, and you can chill for a sec. This is something that people don't do as well, right? Is how Mitr actually like ran back and turtled back to his teammate, because these guys had a better position, and obviously he was by himself, he was isolated, and instantly Mongraal came through and started spamming and started just spraying them away. Good stuff. Good stuff. Another thing to note as well is Tilted gave them a lot of ammo, which if you don't have kills early game, you end up usually in an issue where you don't have ammo. Usually. All right, speed back up. More loot, man. More loot. What more could you ask for? Like, it's ridiculous. Man, look at the positioning now too. This is them right here. Center zone-ish, second zone. A lot of mats to invest, but you do this rather than get spammed. Look how many people are in the area, right? I'd rather invest a lot of mats than start getting just destroyed by a lot of people because you're building in wood, like these guys. Like these guys. They're chilling. They just got third zone. Chilling. Legitimately chilling. Ooh. Ooh, poor Marcote. Heavy snipe is just so good. I think it's really funny, like, looking at people who shoot each other. Like, he's ending up actually shooting the Vic, which is probably one of the better players in the server. Actually, let's take a look. I'm interested. Not recognizing too many names. Train H. DRG. Okay, this lobby's not super stacked. How come they like started shooting like at a certain time? Like obviously they want a squad fire. Like what made them want to like just full commit to making sure these guys die? They got tags on the Vic. Is it zone timing? Oh, that's why. He just got fucking bopped. What a shot, though. What a shot. What a shot. Huh. So they rotate up here. I was like, probably don't want to do that. Oh, they have a launch pad, by the way. Probably don't want to do that because these guys are fighting. So like if they end up getting wait, what? How do they see that? Is that already there or what? Oh, they pressure him, man. They pressure it out of him. Oh, that's a little lucky. So were they chancing to W key these guys? Maybe because they have a decent path into zone with this mountain blocking the way. Not great. Or over top. Yeah. See this viable. I've seen people in OCE do this actually a lot. Like even fourth zone just push people and they end up panicking and using it. I mean, it is very close to the time when, well, it's not very close, but people at this point they don't want to die, so they'll do anything. They'll do anything to get out of a situation. But that was an interesting push timing. We'll see if they do that again. I don't have notes, so we'll see that. So we'll see if they do that again. Because it could be a recurring theme, and I obviously Mongraal in solos does that a lot, right? He always freaking pushes. It's probably just a good path, though. Let's be honest here. Trying to get in zone. And getting lucky. But if that was the case, why shoot? Why did Mitr0 push? I don't know. I don't know. Mongraal explained his thought process on stream and going through replays might be worth a look. Mongraal reviewed this game and they waited so the team left, but they didn't know there was one more team. So that team that fought above was their cue to start leaving because they thought they were leaving. So they were like, okay, we're just gonna follow their path. Okay, that's good, right? That makes sense. If you see a team leave ahead of you, give them like a few seconds and then you can follow up behind them without spending any materials. Because if they do get shot, they're gonna get shot and build, and then you can use the same builds. All right. And yeah, Olis, I typically don't really read chat. I look at it briefly, but I'm not gonna read long sentences. I'll do it today though, a lot. I'll do it today a lot. Thanks, Elahi. Elahi. Man, those shots are so free when people are rifting and just like open up your top. So free, unless people like clinger in. But like, these are the freest tags of all time. These people down here are fucked. Nah, there's so much congestion in terms of the people over here that like, there's 100% going to be, you know, reusable launch pads, rifts, everything. There's just so many people over there. End game, boys, it's coming. This was sick how he repositioned himself with the bigger build on the back just to take shots at all these people, because he knows this is such a rough rotate for most of these people, and there's almost certainly going to be one or two teams who get lost on foot, right? Almost certainly. There's way too many people who are like, I'm just going to wait till the last second if I don't have launch pads or if I don't have mobility and hope for the best, right? There's way too many people. In this case, look how many freaking people there are. He gets shot back, which is good, but good by them. But good idea, right? Very good idea. Dude, I love this again. What he just did there, just going up slightly so you can start gatekeeping again. I'm surprised he's not editing everything back close behind him. That timing there to freaking get out of that. Like instantly it started, as soon as he started leaving, it started getting shot. That's pretty nuts. I also love how they are closed. They have dual layers on the sides that they are not worried about, the sides that they don't want to care about, the ones that they don't want to shoot at. Really nice. This is like Mitr0 wants to peek these guys, and while he's ready to peek those guys, Mongraal will make sure that he actually places this floor so they don't get shot from below. This is good, man, good. They preemptively knew that these guys were going to shoot at them. Like, they knew just because they opened windows and stuff like that, but other people would just like be looking for the shots and end up getting shot right back and not being ready to turbo build there. Launch pad as the zone starts moving. All right, we're gonna watch this full speed now. Keep an eye on Mitr0's kills. I want to try to catch all the kills. See what happens. Landing and immediately looking back, and they don't actually build for height here yet. Important. The timing of height is always so important to note. Damn, man, so many tags. They didn't get that kill. There's one. You always want to see if they use the same recipe every single time. I think that's their last mobility, so they have to just path in now. How clean was that, dude? How clean was that path? Not clean enough, because Mitr0's getting fucking punished right now. Not clean enough. Yikes. He could have died there. Definitely could have died there. Back in it. So that was a split, a purposeful split. You saw how Mitr0 was actually way behind Mongraal. Mongraal started pathing, and then Mitr0 stayed in the back and started shooting. That was very, very purposeful and awesome and really cool. Mitr0, one of the things though was like Mongraal's path wasn't very clear which direction he was blocking from, because he kind of blocked the right side, then he blocked the left side, but he didn't block both at the same time, just because it was different threats at different times for him. So that was a little awkward, and that's why Mitr0 ended up getting shot from that guy through the window. That was nice. Hey, Damage with the host. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Let's go, baby. Let us go. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. ¿Cómo estás, amigos? Nice. Is he actually going zone? Yes. It's really like really important to decide on whether or not the mats are worth going for based on what the people are doing, I guess. I think you got like 80 mats from that. Pretty good. Or like 30-40 mats. Yeah, and you're right. He still has a slave ticking too. Solid. Oh, awkward. Oh, come on, bruh. Is that sick or not? Do you get any tags with this? Nice. Is the circle? Where is the circle moving? I don't know. This is way under. I made a tweet about this, about peep boxes like this. This is way underrated. And Bugga was doing this a ton in his games where he won NA East. He was doing this a frick ton because. And then the tweet was about Zayt and Saf doing this. They actually sat in a box for the longest time, literally just with his half edited floor, and they would go mad far ahead, and they would just wait for people to path under them because you can't actually see with native res now. You can't actually see that the box is open above you, so it's so freaking good. It's so freaking good, especially if you're like a layer below. There's no way. If you're a layer like right next to you, then sometimes you'll be able to see it. But almost never. Not only is it already hard for you to be paying attention to above you when you're pathing, but you're almost never going to be able to see this on native. The fact that this is open, so you can just literally open it and just get free kills. And then the other way that the important thing that I was thinking about with Bugga was doing was in the circle, he would go really far into center. And then he would stay there and just like have these stay in a box the entire time and just fight from his box. And that was solid. Like he would never try to fight when pathing. And I think we actually see this a little bit with Mongraal and Mitr0. In duos, you could do a little bit more dynamic, right? Where we saw Mitr0 was taking some shots while Mongraal was pathing, but you'll never see them fight while they're pathing, right? Neither of them will just stop and start shooting at somebody, right? Make sure they box up, make sure they're safe, make sure they're in a position where they can start fighting and where they're gonna have time to fight, and then go for it, right? This is what you're seeing right here. Just breaking this open because this guy has to edit through it. I was gonna say, I think Mitr0 was sitting there waiting, but from the other side as well, so that if he edited one way, he would go the other way, but they didn't do that. Oh, because they have to get over the mountain. Nice. How lucky is that? I think he goes for that. Yeah, he does. And then builds for height. Not many people alive at this point, though. Honestly, I don't think you can take height from Mongraal and Mitr0 unless you have an RPG anymore. Their aim is just too good. Their focusing is just too good. Their multitasking is just too good. Did they lose this game? Ow. That was a mistake, buddy. Oh, shit. Eat my words. Where am I? No. Really. This is the last guy and he's just building for height. Yeah, no chance. GG, GG. I think that was too easy for them. Like, this is what I'm used to seeing with them because they're just so freaking... They just kill everybody. As soon as they get high ground, they just freaking kill everybody. It's just like... I don't know, man. There's only certain teams who are just that efficient at just killing everybody once they get high ground. It's nuts. It's nuts. All right, Mongraal 1. This game is insane. I love this one. All right, I'm getting ahead of the sound. And we will go to Mongraal. Nice, some early game and mid-game fights. Nice. I'm just backing up a little bit to see like a little bit of the dive or the glide. And if it bugs out again, then I know. If it bugs out again, then I know. Damn. Or whatever. Facts split. They are getting contested. Tilted's lit. These guys are doing a weird split. Look at these guys. What the hell? Money and Sabushkox doing a pretty weird split. Oh, what the heck is going on? What the freak? You guys seeing this? What the hell? Brother, your hair is a little fucked up, man. Got some rendering issues on that hair. It's just fire. Jesus. That skin is so broken. Yeah, you're right, actually. I forgot how broken it was. I forgot it was specifically that skin. Funny, we talk about splits, right? Talk about splits. This is such a good split for them. These guys landed like side here and then the guy over here, and they could literally take all of this if they wanted to, because they're all busy on the side. Okay, that finally got cleaned up by Sabushkox. Sabushkox. Hello? There you go. I want to see this fight now. I'll have to check Rocket. Yeah, I think he did. I think you're good. Thank you, man. Okay, cool. I got it. Oh, I need to turn on the player plates and stuff. I'm gonna watch this fight back. From Mitr0's POV, because Mongraal just kind of started build fighting. Mitr0 like played it differently. Is his HP really this low? Mongraal started build fighting. Mitr0 started shooting. Very important distinction that you guys we need to find out. And then they both go low on one guy. They realize he's by himself. They're kind of split. Oh, did they really boogie him? That was cool, actually. So like they both like started diving down onto the money guy, and then they both came right back up to start fighting Sabushkox. And then they got the boogie because he wasn't paying attention, probably because they thought that they were going to focus on money. And then they pushed down. Nice little misdirection. Okay. And something I've seen, like normally I was always like, yeah, you just spam floor and cone, but Kuna and Mitr0 are just literally just holding floor. They don't do anything else. They just hold floor. I think it's kind of risky though. Like you can't get shot through, but you're saving mats, I guess. Maybe. I don't understand the reasoning there. Less chance of phasing. It's less awkward. Did I just rewind by accident? Yeah, I did. Yeah, that guy was screwed. He had no mats actually. Because they had just fought. So that was good timing on that fight as well, right? That's why they were ready for it, because they saw this build fight spring up at a certain amount of time, right? They saw these guys weren't really in this area. They weren't really in Loot Lake. And there was this fight that had a certain amount of mats invested into it, right? So they knew that these guys were probably on a worse foot than them, especially when Mitr0 and Mongraal are 100% full HP, and there's a chance that these guys are low, right? This is a fight that's good to take, even though they have a lot what they need, right? Heavy shotgun, minis all around. It was a solid fight to take. Solid fight to take. All right. Speed it up. Hey. The map real quick. Getting those shots first. Now, this is the second time they pushed for a drop, by the way. Drop. I'm gonna watch from Mitr0's POV as well. I don't know how this guy got in this position where there was one guy on top of him. Like, that pinch was so freaking easy. They just got another rift from it, and then they're gonna get the drop as well. Fight is ridiculous. That was too easy. This pinch right here, both of these pinches were way too easy. I don't understand. That fight was so freaking fast. This is a mistake on these guys' end to like not actually build. Try to turtle down and hope that they don't get pushed. But in this case, like, in this case, there's no chance that these guys aren't pushing because there's a drop right there, right? Like, I guess it's almost always happening. Damn, actually, Mitr0 got tagged hard. They both got tagged hard. But that was an interesting approach, right? They just pushed the one guy. When they're split like that, they just push the one guy. Mitr0 just tanks some shots. Maybe he shouldn't have gotten hit there. He probably doesn't, obviously doesn't want to. But his main goal is to get above this guy, and then Mongraal will push down from below. It's a good pinch, a good force the issue type of thing. Because as soon as Mitr0 started building above him, his first instinct is, hey, I want to build back. I want to build fight you. I want to stay up above you. But in this case, he just actually gets stuck down below because Mitr0 beats him there, and then Mongraal just comes up through the top. And if he needed to, Mitr0 would have been able to spam directly down through and get the pinch. And then this pinch is like, I don't know about this one, Chief. This is just completely taking advantage of situational. Like, this guy just pushing through like a box where he knows there's one guy here, and then he has no awareness of what's going on his side. Not good, not good. Thought he was safe maybe because it was his wall. I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a rip. Oh, does he actually die? Yeah, he actually dies. Switch to Mongraal real quick. So they didn't get the drop. It was a good push by those guys because Mitr0 got hit so many times. My question is, and I'll dive into this a little bit with Benji, is whether this game is super worth playing through right now. And it's already halfway to placement points, so I'd say yes. Invest just a little bit more time. It's also important to rift early there, right? If he delays a little bit too long, they'll not only kill Mitr0, they'll full kill him, but they'll also get your rift, right? In this case, if you rift early enough, then they're not gonna be able to chase you. Because they could have chased him. They knew that he did get tagged a little bit. But having the rift, like, there's still a good chance that Mongraal can outlast the entire server. Not like the entire server, but there's still a very good chance here. Curious why he's building metal right now. Not like he has an excess, right? Okay, then he switches to wood. I love that he actually builds the base in metal in the bottom, and then he spams up a little bit with wood. It makes it really hard for people to even think about approaching it, right? It makes it so that it looks like he's a duo, number one, and then all that goodness. And then also he has so many fallback options, right? If somebody starts stinking him, you can just move to this next box. If somebody stinks again, he can move to the other box. If you like, he constantly can move. Constantly. Bow, bow, bow. I have T-Swift in my head. Legit. All day. T-Swift up. Excuse me, sorry. I paused the video instead of muting. My bad, guys. My bad, my bad. Also, another thought I just had about like why he built up in metal and stuff like that, and what his actual situation is. Like his materials are 107. It's not max. You want to be max, but I think, thank you guys. Thank you. I think that at this point in the game, when you lose your duo, your philosophy should be to be as safe as possible and get to the points, right? If you don't get to the points, this is a waste of a game, right? He should have just died. It would be better to have just died if he doesn't get to the points. So spend as much as possible so that you're comfortable getting there. Even if you end up in a position where you get into those placement points and you end up dying right after because you ran out of mats, I think that's better than dying because you're trying to be not risky, or you're trying to be risky and make it towards the end of the game, right? I think that makes more sense. But everybody can differ in that sense. Everybody can differ in that sense. Bless EU. That made me laugh. Nice one. And again, like, because of his position that he chose, and he did get blessed by zone here, I have to say, because the zone, I think he was like, I think the zone was like this or something like that. Like, he wasn't center zone at all. He did get blessed a little bit here. But he's still shooting. He's still looking for shots. Still looking for kills. And it's okay because he looks like he's a duo right now on top of this hill. He does. This rotate's going to be odd. Do you take the rift or not? You're still, it's still only halfway towards placement points. Still. Only 3 teams died in the last little while. Do you take the rift? Or do you try to leech? I think you try to leech, but your trigger finger on that rift is fucking fast. Like, if that is a launch pad, oh, okay. If he has a launch pad, then we're chilling. We're chilling. Ooh, careful there. He just freaking went into an open box. Yeah, he's placing his launch pad right there, preemptively placing the metal. What the fuck, bro? Why are you build fighting him? Psychos. Nah, it was actually a decent, like, to push up there. I wouldn't fight him. I would just wait till he uses the launch pad, just build up close enough and then go, which is kind of what he did anyways. Just solid. They didn't actually get the launch pad. Fucking bots, bro. Second launch. Nice. Okay, so what I said all the way back about whether or not this game is worth, this game is so fucking worth. He has 2 launch pads and a rift. There's no chance that I leave this game. Or try to W key in this game. There's just no chance. Are you kidding me? Bro, the amount of times I see pros like finding like extra loot that they just spotted a long time ago. That's insane. Whoa, whoa! I don't want Kinzel as much as Vilix and Kinzel are awesome. Watching that dude. Okay, he can see it through zone. Good switch to brick right there. Because he knew he needed time there, so he switched to brick. He was on wood, and he definitely still has wood. That 20 extra mats actually makes a huge difference. It really does. It really does. So close. This is keys to not playing too aggressively, slowing it down, just staying in the rift. I mean, we all know this. Like, I'm trying not to say very obvious stuff anymore, just because I've done these VOD reviews so many times. But nice shot. I got two's finished his kill. Come on, bro. So he almost decided to go to the wrong position there. I don't know if you guys noticed that. He almost landed on that other build, and this spot was so much better. This spot was so much better. Clearly enough. Oh. Oh, can I do that, Elenator? I don't know I could do that. It's actually dope. Also, notice how he dove when he was the last guy up in the sky. As soon as that guy started even close to eyeing him, he just dove. He didn't take a single shot, by the way. Yeah, so he almost went to this spot right here. But he quickly made the decision that's actually going to go out of zone in a second, and then he found this. This is a very attractive spot, right? Because it's got a little bit of height and whatever. It's old builds, staying up above the loot lake, and then dropping directly back on here. Solid. Solid. And this is why look at how the zone's moving, right? It's gonna move straight. right? If he landed over here, it would have moved. It would have kind of moved straight a little bit. It would have maybe exposed it for a little, but at the same time, it would have also been coming slightly down. So he would have been getting pressured here. Now he's center, far ahead, and he could look back. Cool. I did it, Ellen. It was easy. That was easy. See, there's the benefits, right? This is a new thing, right? Just constantly getting as far as you can and staying towards the point where the zone is going to stay over it for the longest. Once you get there, you just sit in a box. That actually nets him that shot on the Kinzel right there. Right, because everybody moves around him. He can be very, very static. He can be very, very stationary, where everybody's moving around him, and then they make mistakes against him. He can't make any more mistakes. He's not moving at all. He can take all the time he wants to do anything he wants. This is a huge thing I took away from Booga's review, and we even saw it last game. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is dumb luck or what. Like, how how did he find this? This isn't where he killed Toos and the other guy earlier, is it? No, he just saw it right then. Running low on materials now. You can see how his attitude changes, right? Because he started running low on materials. As soon as he started boxing up there, he instantly goes into. He's already starting to crouch spam. He's already looking for the shots. He's already going to hyper aggressive mode. That's why he starts shooting this guy bag fizz. Nice. That's also something. Like going forward hard into your tunnel and then coming back through it, right? Going back through it. That's not something that I do too often. I think that's very solid. Because you know where the edits are. You know where people are going to be positioned around it. You know what's covered, what's not. Like, obviously we go back through when the zone goes back, right? That's very clear. But when you're actually chasing kills, to look back like that and then go back through your tunnel just to get a kill and then go back forward again, right? That's an advantage of, like, you use that space that you have. I think that's what Mongraal's teaching me right now. That little, like obviously he's using the dynamite that he found. That's awesome. Cool. Whatever. But look at that little peek up that he did right there is severely underrated. Severely underrated. Watch when you're watching pros, watch their mouse movement a lot more. Fuck. I might have just scuffed the replay. No, we're good. All right, we're all the way back here. Watch his mouse movement once he gets towards that dynamite. He actually knows that loot is over there. He realized that obviously he killed that guy, but as soon as the zone goes back, that's in his head. Okay, I want to go back now. I want to go check that. Huh. Actually, he already knew where zone was, or maybe the zone was revealed too much for me or something like that. I don't know. Watch this. The look up. Boom. Doesn't matter there. It's brick. You can't really see through it, but more important than we think, man. Damn, destroyed. Not only does looking up like help you like, and this could be total bullshit, but this makes sense to me, and it does make sense in other games. Like if you look in certain directions, the sound is actually better for you, right? If you look up, you hear something, you look up, the sound actually changes for you. Is it? Tell me if I'm wrong on that in this game, because I could be. Is this, you know, we all know about audio in this game, but like, yeah, that was a very, very big impact kill. Actually, that makes him into the game, to be honest, at all. If he wasn't for that, he'd be dead at this point. Is that his trap? No way. Man, the movement there. Look how carefully he crouched into the zone and perfectly gets in. And because of the mats he has, he's constantly spamming walls on all sides. Look at that. Like, he wants to double edit down on this guy, but he's so slow and cautious with it. He looks through the metal before making a decision on whether he wants to do it, and he sees that he doesn't want to do it. He sees that he doesn't want to do it. All right, he wants to go for the camp. I feel like if he got... This is a hell of a clutch, man. Remember, he lost Mitr0 in second zone. Second zone. Second zone. Second place. Nice. I like the fact that he builds big right before he goes for it. He builds really big. Does he run out of mats? That's a question. Because I feel like he could have won that. I'll be honest here. I feel like he could have won that. Builds big. No, he doesn't run out of mats. Like when he built out here, I feel like he could have won this if you got these other two campfires out somehow. It's crazy, actually. Nikov just died here. He just saved the game for Airwax. And I don't think... Yeah. I think at this point, Mongraal had already like decided, okay, I'm done, right? And I think he could have won the game. Like, if I go... Oh, where the fuck? Airwax just has bandages, yeah. He could have won, man. As soon as Nikov dies, he needs to go for that camp again, right? Because Nikov was the reason he didn't get that campfire off. He could even get both campfires off, and then Airwax has to shoot down. Because 4 campfires is not out healing the zone. But it would have gotten him over Airwax, that's for sure, right? 8 damage per second. That's good. That's better than a bandage, I believe, right? 15 divided by 3. Yeah, 5 damage per second. The timing on the campfires was actually pretty good too. And obviously I don't think you ever, if you ever decide to go for an off heal off, you almost never will win that. But I think the goal is always to just get to that top 3, right? That top 3 is that extra 2 points. That's so much better than just 1 kill. Like, sure, he could definitely fight that, but there were still 2 teams up at that point. So just going for the gamble was worth it. Worth it in terms of points, in my opinion. Because if you take a fight, you're always gambling whether or not you're going to actually win the fight. That's when you get close to those placement thresholds, you got to be careful. Yeah, we're gonna skip this replay because I only had like 3 kills. They did get towards end game, but there's no other interesting stuff. Bam, bam, bam. We watching Crims? We might get to Crims. Maybe. I want to do Stompy and Shinken after this. Okay, this is a pop-off game. Yeah, they win it too. Nice. God damn T-Swift, man. God damn. Okay, lots of contestation at Loot Lake this time. A lot. 4 teams. Right? And I kind of consider this team. I kind of consider this team part of Loot Lake, right? They're almost always going to push into Loot Lake. Especially when they drop 2 at Pirate Opus. Like, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. Ooh. Oh, he's AFK. Like, what is this? What's this guy doing? What is this? Okay. All right. Well, maybe I shouldn't consider them Loot Lake players. That was fucking. Okay. Sure. Dude, by the way, I didn't realize how much better Factories was than everywhere else until that moment just then. I didn't realize this entire spot is fucking stacked just because of the 2 vendings. The 2 vendings pushes it over like having any other part of Loot Lake. All right. It's better. Obviously, guys, remember, I'll say this every single time I talk about early game. Let's open up the map here, right? Just because a spot has loot, just because it's better, just because it has more chances of everything else, does not mean everything else is not viable. This entire spot, I mean, there's so many different splits you can do in Loot Lake, right? This is even a good split right here. Getting modern, this island, campfire, the tower, right? And then this hill, that's a good split. Getting center, and maybe like this, that's a good split. There's so many freaking good splits. And then all the different rotation options as well. Like we already saw the rotation of Tilted, the rotation of Pirate Camp, the rotation of these mountains right here, this one, this one, this one, right? Even going up to here, right? The rotation up this way, you get another vending over here, even going up to the rocks over here. There's so many good options. So just because I say this spot is really freaking good does not mean that anything else is like, does not mean, oh, if I go Loot Lake, I have to go Factories, you know? That does not mean that at all. It just means that it's very good, and this would be my first option if possible. But remember, early game fundamentals, you never want to just 50-50 something. If you see somebody is going to actually be able to 50-50 you want to take your second option, right? Mitr0 and Mongraal, sure, they're really comfortable at dropping here, so they're almost always going to have the best drop, and they're almost always going to beat anybody that 50-50s them. But still, you never want to take those chances. So even if they do get pushed like that, they might decide, hey, I want to actually take my second option, which is maybe center. I don't know what it is yet. We haven't seen it. But early game is all about options. All right, it's not all about options, but very important. Very, very important. Look at this. You saw how Mongraal, he was jump peeking, making sure that there's no problem with pushing in here. One thing that they're missing though is this team over here, but I think that's the guys we saw earlier, so I'm not worried about it. Obviously they would be worried about it though, right? I mean, they wouldn't be worried about it, they would just react to it, and like the pros that they are. Not named places are great. As long as he has a plan, man. It's obviously not the same loot as named places, but you can get the same loot by doing certain things, right? Like, don't be stupid. Did Mitr0 just get a kill? What happened? Said Mitr0 just got a kill. They really scoped AR somebody? Doesn't show in the replay viewer. Interesting. Holy shit. Oh, I need to turn damage effects on. Yo, this guy just bails. He's like, yo, fuck that shit. I'm out. Mitr0 just killed my partner. I'm out of here, dude. I'm out of there. Holy hell, that's hilarious. Man, what a worth kill. What a worth kill. See? Like, you see what I'm saying? They fucking just came pleasant and got it because it's unlooted and they're still here and they still have the rotation because they use the drift boards already. Like, this is, they have all these different ideas on what to loot. We've seen them go tilted, we've seen them go pleasant, we've seen them, how did they rotate last game? Or no, they just went north because they actually took all of Loot Lake in this case. This time, nah man, they're chilling. They leave Loot Lake. They just go find the outskirts of Pleasant. Oftentimes you'll see these buildings are the worst right here. These buildings are the ones that people don't actually spend all the time looting because they're busy looting everything else. What the hell is this line here? What is that? Are they moving? No, it's weird. That was weird. Anyways. All right. This is what I'm saying, like, this could have been, they could have dropped any fucking place and made their drop viable because they come to Pleasant after. Like, so many solid options to do after early. This is still early game. This is still first zone. First zone is closing right now, but they still have all the time in the world to loot because they have the drift boards and they have the rifts if possible. I think there's one over there. Look at that. Now they're max on minis. And they're chilling. Yeah, they are gonna actually be able to use the rifts. And look at the materials too. He's already towards max. All right. So many options, boys. So many options. They have a rift too, I believe, from the vending earlier. Awkward. Awkward. All right. Let's move on towards the end game. Move on. All right, half and half out. They still have that rift. I'm not sure if there anything else happened. Yeah. I love when people have the balls to go for drops in endgame. I love it. I love it. You put yourself in such a good possible position because of that. It's actually crazy. And you have to shoot it down though. You can't just wait. You have to shoot it down. But the new HP on it makes it so much easier, so much better. So freaking good. The extra mobility option, the extra recovery options if you get a slurp or anything like that. Oh, 5 p.m. I'll see you guys. See you guys. We'll watch this game. By the way, they're just looking through their walls right now and not making any like serious attempts to shoot anybody because there are no opportunities, right? Just because you have the time and you're in a box and you have the time to shoot at something does not mean you should, right? They just slightly are peeking through until there's an actual opportunity. This guy gave him an actual opportunity, started taking it, but we saw the other games, there was way more opportunities and they were actually taking these shots. But in this case, no opportunities. They're chilling. They're chilling. They were there on that side of the wall for so long without editing it at all. And that's something that is really good at not drawing attention to yourself, right? And we should probably think about the different like periods of time where it's actually safe to kind of show, hey, I'm actually here, right? Every time you edit a wall, every time you edit a window, every time you re-edit to close and then to look through is one more moment that you're saying, hey guys, I'm here, remember me, like I'm here. All these people, they have it in their peripheral vision or they're looking at you or whatever, and they see, oh, he just edited a window. Okay, that guy's there, right? It's not that they might consciously be like, okay, that guy's there, I'm gonna shoot him next time he opens the window, right? It's just the fact that you open that window, you're reminding everybody and you're giving them the opportunity to, at least in their subconscious, even be like, oh, that guy's there. Remember, next time I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna go over there, right? Even in their subconscious, that can happen. So only go for shots when there's actual opportunities. Don't be editing like a madman. And it gives you the opportunity to actually hear things like this. I don't know how many freaking times I see people just like editing, just like, you know, taking shots here and there, get edited in on from the top because they can't hear the guy pickaxing on top. You can't. All right? Because of how difficult it is to actually hear so many different things in this game. There's so many sounds going on right now. I don't think people understand how many different things not only is the game processing, but your brain processing. Literally. Listen, at any given moment, we can only hear what the game is processing, by the way. And we already know that the game is, you know, can't process everything. That's why we don't hear some things sometimes. The baller, the gliders, the shots, the rift. So many things. Please land. Does he have slow glide? No, I was just too busy watching fast forward. Oh damn, that guy instantly started minigunning. I'm surprised I didn't shoot on him. Also, talking about that subconscious thing, literally, Mongraal is one of the players who will literally, every time he sees something, he'll just switch to it and shoot it, right? If there's the opportunity, he's going to switch to it and shoot it. Like, I remember VOD reviewing one of those games where he just had high ground, and instantly, every single time there was a new target, he would switch to it and take so many shots on it. It's unbelievable. Are they going for that? No way. Yeah, they are. Okay. Oh my god, that was dirty. Holy fuck. That was dirty, dude. I feel like he should have dropped his infantry rifle at this point. But anyways, what was I gonna say about that kill? Shotgun shot first. They're not that important. Oh, what I was gonna say was, as soon as he got into his box, he realized that there was one wood piece. He broke through the wood piece rather than going through any of the brick, right? Because that wasn't his box at all. He could have gotten trapped, but going through the wood piece was better than anything else. That's a very obvious point, but like in the moment, at this point, so difficult. Is that Mitr0 spamming him right now? I don't know. I love that. No way. Panic. Nice. Those materials doesn't have the RPG ammo or a good weapon. Like the infantry rifle is good. It's a good swap. Like actually, it is a good swap. But no spam weapon at this point kind of sucks. But he did lose me. He did lose Mitr0 already, so this is okay. Oh, who is that? At this point, by the way, every single person in the server is fucking sick. This game is nuts. Mr. Savage and Benji are up. And Nikov and Airwax, I believe. No, just Airwax. God damn, bro. Okay, buddy. I was gonna talk about like the HP, like keeping his HP high. He did take the mini there, and that was still good, but I was a little bit lucky that he got that nasty shot and the airwalks missed his. I wonder if there was like a slightly like the jumping there would have been good, or was solid there. Savage just died. Oh, he got RPG ammo from that. No way. Oh, thank you, replay mode. Was bad. Dude. Oh, I love watching good players, man. I love it. I love it. Is this the... No. I love that too. I love so much. I love... Benji versus Mongraal, boys. That's too easy. That was nuts. Like the quick ability to slow yourself down in all these cases. Like these guys just have so much experience. This is it right here. How he holds this. So many people would have been like, oh, I just got to get my own layer. I got to go. But he edits, looks exactly where Florix is looking. And then because he knows he's looking up, boom, done. It's not even fair, man. And then watch this. He knows that he's going to edit through this wall. Instead of trying to like open and go for a pickaxe, he just knows as soon as he edits the wall, I'm going to shoot it with a shotgun. Boom. And then he gets through. He almost uses this to actually be able to kill this guy, but it's fine. And then from here, like, I think it's impossible for Benji to actually do anything because 0 mats. He was in zone for a long ass time. Did he actually try to go get mats? There's nothing he could do. Nothing he could do, especially when and getting those 2 rockets off of Airwax actually was made this like impossible for Benji to win. It's pretty freaking funny. Pretty fucking funny. Benji lost track of him? Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, Benji was in zone. He goes out of zone. I think he was looking to get the kill before he got over the hill. Before he got over the hill. Oh my goodness. That was nuts. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, guys. When we come back, we're going to start going into Stompy and Shinken's VOD. I just need to use the restroom and check a few things on my emails. We'll be back in like